think you know the story of Cinderella? The one with the glass slipper, the fairy godmother, and the sweet, happy ending? That story is a comforting lie. The version you love was designed to be gentle and reassuring, but some of the most famous tellings weren't meant to comfort you. They were meant to warn you. The tale of a persecuted heroine and a lost shoe is ancient, appearing all over the world. One of the earliest versions is about a Greek slave girl named Rhodopis from the 1st century BCE. Another comes from the 9th century China, the story of Ye Xin, whose only friend is a magical fish. But the version that truly peels back the curtains on the story's dark side comes from Germany. Recorded by the Brothers Grimm in their tale, There's No Fairy Godmother. The slipper isn't glass, and the ending is a shocking act of bloody revenge, far more horrifying than you might imagine. First, let's revisit the story we all know. The one Walt Disney turned into a 1950 classic. A kind, beautiful girl is tormented by her cruel stepmother and clumsy stepsisters. When an invitation to the royal ball arrives, she's told she can't go. Heartbroken, she's saved by her fairy godmother. With the bibbity bobbity boo, a pumpkin becomes a coach, mice become horses, and Cinderella's rags transform into a stunning gown with delicate glass slippers. She charms the prince, but has to bolt at midnight, leaving one glass slipper behind. The prince, smitten, vows to marry the woman whose foot fits the slipper. After the stepsisters fail, Cinderella tries it on. A perfect fit. She marries the prince, forgives her stepsisters, and they all live happily ever after. It's a tale of kindness rewarded, but it's a sanitized version based on Charles Perrault's 1697 French telling. It shields us from the much darker, brutal truth lurking in the original story. The Grimm version, first published in 1812 as Aschenputtel, isn't a story of forgiveness. It's a story of pain, desperation, and vengeance. From the start, the differences are stark. On her deathbed, Aschenputtel's mother tells her to be good and kind, promising protection. She grieves at her mother's grave every day. Her father remarries a woman with 2 beautiful but cruel daughters, and the father? Sometimes he joins in his daughter's humiliation. They take her fine clothes, force her into a gray smock and wooden shoes, and make her sleep in the ashes by the fire, which is how she earns her name. This is relentless, soul-crushing cruelty. When the king announces a 3-day festival, the story's magical and horrifying elements emerge. There's no fairy godmother, no bibbity bobbity boo. Cinderella begs to go to the festival. Her stepmother laughs and dumps a bowl of lentils in the ashes, daring her to sort them in 2 hours. Impossible. But when Cinderella calls for help, birds, pigeons, and turtle doves arrive, sorting the lentils with astonishing speed. Furious, the stepmother throws in more lentils. Again, the birds help. Still, Cinderella can't go, as she has no fine clothes. She weeps at her mother's grave. There, the hazel branch she planted has grown into a tree. A little white bird, symbol of justice, throws down a magnificent gown of gold and silver and slippers embroidered with silk and silver. For 3 nights, she attends the festival, each night in a more splendid gown. The prince is captivated. On the 3rd night, He coats the staircase in sticky pitch. Cinderella escapes, leaving a golden slipper stuck in the tar. Now comes the part scrubbed from memory. The prince arrives with the golden slipper. The eldest stepsister tries it. Her foot is too long. Her mother hands her a knife. Cut off your toe. When you are queen, you won't have to walk on foot. She does it, hiding her pain, and fools the prince. But as they pass the grave, the pigeons cry, "Rook-de-goo, rook-de-goo, there's blood in the shoe. This bride is not right." The second stepsister tries next. Her heel is too big. Same knife, same mutilation. Again, the birds expose the lie. This isn't just about trying on a shoe. It's a grotesque lesson in ambition, cruelty, and the extremes people reach for power. Finally, the prince asks about another daughter. The father reluctantly mentions a dirty little Cinderella. He tries the slipper. It fits. This time, the pigeons approve. Rook-de-goo, rook-de-goo. No blood's in the shoe. The shoe's not too tight. This bride is right. But the story's dark justice isn't over. At the royal wedding, the stepsisters walk beside Cinderella. The pigeons swoop down, pecking out the eyes of both sisters. They leave as blind beggars, punished for their cruelty. The story we knew as children is about forgiveness. The grim version is a warning. Beauty doesn't save you, but keeping a promise to a lost loved one might. The slipper isn't a magical trinket. It's a merciless test of truth. And the ending isn't a neat bow of forgiveness, but a brutal reckoning. These tales weren't meant to lull children to sleep. They were meant to keep them awake, to warn them that jealousy has a price. Cruelty will be punished. And in the real world, happily ever after is often won through blood, tears, and unforgiving justice. So, what do you think? Is the original, horrifying version of Cinderella more compelling than the Disney one? Let me know in the comments. And if you love uncovering the dark origins of the stories you thought you knew, subscribe. There are so many more grim truths to find. Thanks for watching.